What's up, y'all? Just wanted to touch on a topic that a lot of people are not realizing, and you're wondering why the system's not working. It's working, but it's not working for us. It's working for others. The people with the big wallets, the people in government and in high places that got they have a bigger picture in place. I titled this video why I believe his name is Terrence or Tyrone Cooper, the demon who bit the young lady in the face in Harlem because she declined his offer to buy her alcohol at the liquor store. He attacked her. He stole her phone. He it wasn't just him, it was him and three others. And my issue is that he'll be back on the street in a matter of no time. Okay? He will be back out there. Now, one thing I will tell you is that if because the sensitivity in the neighborhood that he did this in, I heard he's not even from over there, but the whole New York City, if I'm not mistaken, I think it went national, the story. His face will be, remembered by people that were traumatized and angered by his actions. So once he's out on the street, it's just a matter of time that somebody recognize him and, and just decide to just, whatever. I don't know. That could be one of the situations. And the other situation is that, he might just be sent out there and end up doing it again. So, but he will most likely be let out there. And the reason for this is what I honestly believe. Now, I'm not saying I know this for sure, but I'm starting to look at how this whole situation, like you got to look at the money trail. Okay. Now, they do have a prison, classroom to prison pipeline going on. But for some reason, there are menaces to society that keep being put back out on the street and getting a little bit of time. Okay? And the reason for it, honestly, I believe is due to the fact that they keep property value low. The more crime in a certain area, the more harder it is for these landlords. I'm believing it's a real estate thing. For these landlords to ask for the amount of money that they feel that they deserve, or to be able to keep their overhead paid because of the rising prices and things. And then these landlords, they have, especially these independent landlords. Now, if you're a big time developer that want to build a high rise condo, you got the capital and you probably got the political connections to make it happen. But the thing is that you got these low level landlords, these slum lords, or these small tenement building owners that had their buildings for generations, and the people that have been living there for years, they want to take over. They want to get them out. So you keep letting these knuckleheads, and there's thousands of Terrence Coopers and his friends out there. They're female Terrence Coopers and they're male versions of them. They're living in the shelter systems. They're in foster care programs. They're out there and they have no reason, no purpose, no rhyme or reason or purpose on why they're even here. So their thing is to let me just bother people so I can have something to laugh at. Sometimes they get away with stuff and sometimes they don't. So the whole thing is that back to the situation with the young lady in the liquor store, from what my research was telling me, this is not his first time. As a matter of fact, somebody was telling her, you need to run because they do this all the time to females. Okay. So that means that this ain't his first time, and I believe he has priors. I believe he got arrested for some token, I mean, not token, MTA, like jumping a turnstile, so no, swiping at the train station, letting people in for the cash. So, he's supposedly imported into the neighborhood. He's not originally from Harlem. Um, so from these shelter systems. Now, the thing about it is that they allow these shelters in these already low income, crime neighborhoods, and they bringing more ex-convicts and bad seeds to the neighborhoods, right? Not saying, I know that the rich people don't want them in the neighborhood, so they put them in the poor neighborhoods. But the thing is that you're adding to the crime rate because they're not just hanging out, they're not just staying in the shelters, they're walking in the neighborhoods. All right, they want to see what's out there. It's a brand new world of them. Like, their mothers got rid of them. They don't. The mother does. His mother. Their mothers don't want him. They kicked him out at 18 because it's legal now. 18. Once he's 18, he's out of here. I can't take him no more. I'm sure his mother knew exactly when she saw that news. She already knew it was just a matter of time, and she probably washed her hands of him. So now he's society's problems, and he's going around biting people in the face. So the reason why they keep letting him out, because he adds to the property, he adds to lowering of the property value. They're squeezing out these landlords that offer affordable housing and, places where poor people can live in a neighborhood where they can get to work because it's close to the train station. They're trying to cut all of that. They're trying to take over New York City. And I'm speaking on New York because gentrification, even though that's where I'm from. So, I know gentrification is happening everywhere, but I believe that the reason why they're not keeping these dudes inside jail, if they keep them in jail and give them a trade where they can get a job and get themselves together while they're in prison, or let them make furniture, for Walmart or whatever companies that they do, like, because I know there's some corporations in there that has these inmates working for a paycheck. So keep him in there until he get a trade and he decides when he shows, let him work his way out. Don't just send him back on the street so he can go around biting people. So I just believe that, this is a part of the plan, and it should be an outrage from the community. Nobody wants these knuckleheads walking around bothering our old people, bothering our young females that just want to go to school and get themselves together. Nobody wants to do that. These females, at the end of the day, we have it rough as it is. And now we got to worry about people in our own community that look like us attacking us, for whatever reason. So the whole thing is that, like I said, I believe there's a purpose why they're doing it. And we really need to start looking at that and start making, some of these leaders or talking to these counseling people and say, listen, this needs to be addressed. Y'all letting these knuckleheads out here. If the mother got rid of them, what you think society wants them for? Or send him back to his mama. She brought him here and she don't want him. I mean, he might have been, adopted or whatever. I don't know what this story was, but he obviously is somebody who obviously has no rhyme or reason or purpose in life. He has no plan. He has no goal. All he want to do is harass women, be a nuisance, and get money and the quick, easy way and do illegal stuff because he don't know what else to do with himself. There's no positive role models, and he has a problem with women. So now we have to have women that's minding their own business, doing what they got to do, got to deal with them. And it should be something in place, like, your freedom, should be kind of like earned. And that's how I honestly believe. I think that, if you do something, one is a mistake. But you going in there and you will repeat at it, come on now. And and these judges know, they know I'm going to send him out on the street and this knucklehead has no place to go. He's parents don't want, there's no place to send him. He's going to go into a shelter, gang up with a couple of his, people that he meet up in there, hang out with them, and they're going to do crime together because they have no money and they're not trying to do what they got to do to get a job. They know how this is going to turn out. They know. So my issue is that, this needs to be addressed. It really does. This has been going on for years. This ain't the first time he did this. And you know what? It's just a matter of time another Tyrone Cooper in another borough does this to somebody else. Or whatever his name is, Terrence, whatever. And we have to address this problem. There is a lot of, and I know this for it to be true because I know of a case manager that told me, majority of the people that's in the homeless shelters are young adults that got kicked out of their family home because of behavioral problems. They're lazy. They don't want to work. They don't want to do anything. They want to stay home and play video games, smoke weed up in the house, steal money out your pocketbook while you're sleeping, and then get aggressive with you. So the parents are getting rid of them and giving them to the society to the point where our tax dollars are paying for them. Now, I don't mind the tax dollars helping them, but you also have to put something in place to make sure they get themselves together. They have to get a trade. They have to get something to become, functional people. Like if you're not in school and whatever, then you're not going to be allowed to be just out here just free willy, all willy-nilly doing nothing. Our cops have other things to deal with. So we really need to start talking to these political people in place. Like I said, it's a real estate money game, and I believe that's the only reason why this shit has not been addressed. Because soon as the hipsters come into the neighborhood, all of a sudden things get cleaned up. Okay? All of a sudden. There's no coincidence. They move the shelter. They break up the place where they had a whole bunch of homeless people at one time. They do this on purpose, forcing these landlords to sell. He's a part of the problem, and he don't even realize it. He's helping these developers create gentrification without even knowing it. So that's just my take on it. I'm not sure for a fact, but I do believe that females need a plan in place. If it's to the point where you got knuckleheads following you outside the store, sometimes you're just going to have to go back in that store and tell the store owner to call 911. I honestly believe that we have to have some type of plan in place to make sure that we get home safe to our children and our families. And I believe that, if they're not going to do anything, then we need to make sure that we have some plans in place to, got 911 on speed dial, got our brothers on speed dial. It should be something in place. We should not be sitting ducks out here thinking that it's safe out here and we sleeping on these knuckleheads who are actual predators. They're looking for you to cause a problem. Shit ain't sweet out here. We thinking everything is sweet and it's not. And their whole goal is to fuck your life up because theirs is fucked up. That's their whole purpose on waking up in the morning. To get on somebody's fucking nerves because they're angry and they're fucking hopeless. A lot of these kids are demonic. A lot of them are. And they've been demon seeds from the time that they were born, and these parents know that. They know that. And sometimes you can't, get an exorcism on them because they were born for this purpose to freaking wreak havoc on the planet. But you should have something in place to deal with these demon seeds. You really should. All right, well, that's my take on it. Feel free to comment, like the video, subscribe. Let me know how you're feeling on this situation. And what are some ideas you think that we can put in place or do or, get together to try to make this stop? because when it's not safe for females, women to, because you got to remember, women take care of children. So if you got females being murdered out here just because a man want her number, that's a problem. And you creating, you that's most of the mothers are the primary caregivers of the kids. The fathers are nowhere to be found. So you take the mother out the equation, now you got all these children without moms. They are a problem, these knuckleheads. So, that's my take on it. We really need to start talking about some solutions. And I believe that we need to really force these legislators to keep these knuckleheads in prison until they pass some type of GED program or some type of training program, and they got jobs in place. So when they get out on that date and they don't have no place, they don't, if they, and they got set situations set up, let them do all of that, finding a place to live while they in there, getting their job training in place. Let them work their way out. So when they're out, they already set up. Don't just send them out with nothing. That's something we need to start talking about. These things need to be put in place so that these knuckleheads, well, even if they have a training, if they do break the law, let them do that. Let them use their skill in jail and work for $2 an hour or whatever slave wages they do in there. If you want to be an asshole, be an asshole. But when we catch you, you got to trade. We know for a fact because we the one who trained you. And you just going to have to do work for us for cheaper in jail. There should be something in place for that. Something in place. We can't just have them running around the street and bothering people. We can't do that. That's counterproductive. Everybody needs to have some type of purpose in life and whatever. And the ones that don't do not need to be getting in the way of other people. The young lady that got bit in her face, you don't even know if she was working on her modeling career. She should really sue him. Because that's damages, That's if you driving in the street and you bump into somebody's car, they should pay for that. If her face was her moneymaker and she was a model, I mean, if she was insured, which we really should consider stuff like that anyway. I mean, if you're an Instagram model, you should insure yourself if that's even a possibility. If you're making money on Instagram, then you should insure your face and your body. You should get some type of insurance on there, and if anything happens, I don't know how that goes. I'm just guessing right now. I just think that we need to really have some type of solutions in place. This can't be allowed to happen, Anyway, so let me know what you think. Thanks for listening. Have a good one. Bye-bye.